Greetings and salutations, humans. This is Froggy and Friends, and we are playing Grit. Last time, well, the time before last, everyone barely survived dispatching the hangman and whatever was in the big water tank. Then after that they did, so last session they talked to the Rojas family, they got paid, and they made it back to Talon's Trail. And that's kind of where we left off last time, along with everyone kind of starting to figure out kind of what they want to use their experience for. We're going to kind of talk about like how everyone's going to be kind of healing up and actually using experience, stuff like that. So this is going to be kind of like a this and possibly next session, if need be, is going to be a lot of just kind of chatting and figuring out how you guys are. This is multiple months of you guys getting stitched up.
Yep.
So, and Frederick did talk to Lady Death about talking to Thaddeus. So this is the end of like the second day of you guys being back, and Jade was totally like ghosting Thaddeus. That's the best way of putting it.
Yeah.
Heartbreaker.
She's missing a finger and he doesn't know yet.
Oh, he knows.
I was
Well,
gonna
he
say, I
knows,
thought you
but
noticed.
they just haven't talked about it.
And you totally saw him keep looking. Like
Yeah.
it's very hard to hide. Like you
Yeah.
wrapped up your hand like that.
Yeah.
So is there anything that someone specifically wants to start with? Do you want to ask questions about this? Are you kind of thinking about the
I'm
scars?
thinking right now.
Okay. Cedric,
Mm-hmm.
are you going to be spending long, long hours with Hansel?
Yeah, Hansel and my chatty friend that's on the shelf covered in blanket.
Okay.
And remember I told Thaddeus about...
Yep.
Yeah.
You brought that to his attention, and he started looking up celestial events or anything that would actually kind of make that start happening again. How about you roll a... Let's do a mysticism.
Okay, the mysticism is not bad.
That's kind of why it shows the mysticism.
Yeah. I got to find it. There it is.
Do you have physical dice yet?
No, I'm still looking for mine. I have some,
You do?
and I think I know where they are. Yeah, I've had some the whole time. I just can't find them.
Dang.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's horrible.
I know, it stinks. They were nice, too. One success.
One success. You're like, you kind of glance. You're in your room and you're hearing the chattering while you're sitting at your desk, and you kind of glance over to the lab coat that you were kind of wearing during the altercation, and you glance over and see the dried, blackish blood on there. And then you kind of feel the wounds that you have. And the only thing that's coming to mind is, like, other than, like, the smell of the blood itself is, that's one success. I don't want to be... Because you did something that night, it might have done something. I'll just put it that way. Like your gears are turning that way.
Okay.
And you definitely should have more questions because you only had one success. So, Tulok, is there anything?
I will eventually spend some XP on the Discipline Tower tree, but I'm trying to decide between two right now.
Okay, well, number one, I have modified discipline. You don't automatically just get courage soak.
Right.
right off the bat. I'm like, that's. And besides, you already have courage, so because of your breastplate.
Yep.
But the other ones are there. So, okay. Now, Frederick,
Yes.
do we want to go forward with the time with Thaddeus, or do you have something else you'd prefer to do first?
No, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, so then let's go with that.
Okay, so how would you want to set up this meeting?
I think casually, like 3 chairs, coffee at a table. You know, like introducing how you would naturally introduce 2 friends to each other.
Okay, so what room are you choosing to do this in?
We'll do his room to maybe make him more comfortable.
He's been living in his office.
Yeah.
You
Right.
just you and
Okay, we'll do my room.
okay, and then you are kind of like, this guy is really rich. Why in the heck is he living in his? Like those gears. Your thoughts are like, So you set up the three chairs, your table. What else do you do other than the coffee?
I want to preface Thaddeus so that he is prepared going into this.
Okay. Bring that on, and then we're gonna actually do like a counseling roll.
Okay. Thaddeus, you know, in the Bible there are several times where an angel appears before men, and the angel speaks out and says, "Do not be afraid." You know what that means? Clearly angels are scary. So I just wanted to share with you that this angel of mine may appear frightful to you, but there is only good intent for you. I promise.
Okay.
But I just wanted to share that her visage may frighten
Okay.
some. And I will actually share the image of my dagger with him.
Oh.
Hold up.
I'm off.
Okay. So he grabs the dagger. Do you unsheath it totally?
No.
Okay. So you undo it. So still in its sheath.
Yeah, so that way it's more safe.
Yes. More safe. Okay. And so he's looking at it. Okay. Well, this is definitely not iron or any regular ore. It definitely has a strange aroma about it.
Yeah. I found, or should I say, she found me when I was off on a little escapade with those. You know how sometimes I'd go missing.
Yeah. So he hands the dagger back. Roll me a counseling. I want to see.
Okay. It's gonna be good. I got 2 successes.
Nice. Okay. So, all right. You have a feeling that he's kind of prepped for this. Do you want like a paper towel or
No,
something?
this is working. I'm just trying not to make any noise on the stream.
Okay. So, let's see. So how do you want to start this ritual / ceremony to bring her in?
Well, I wish I could just be dark about it and be like, we're gonna cut our hands. but clearly last time I did that is not good. I think I'll let him hold on to the dagger, and I'm gonna
Okay.
try and guide him into that place as like a almost as how a shaman would probably do it. Like, I've done this before, let me show you how to do it.
Okay. Okay. So that would definitely be a mysticism,
Okay.
because that's that. Or you could use occultism if you feel that you're kind of going by a more of a procedure, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
like by the numbers.
No, more mysticism for sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna actually go ahead and give you a dread as well.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. We've got we have 4 successes.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. So with that, I'm going to say that you have 2 momentum at the moment.
Okay.
Now that momentum, each one you can ask an additional question or something like that. We're going to be a little bit more that way. So you have him holding the dagger, and he definitely looks a little out of sorts, because you've got your incense burning and stuff like that. The wind out of nowhere kind of kicks up and kind of swirls the incense around the table, and it that slight sensation of smoke hitting your cheek, and then you can see that it's hitting his, and then the empty chair, as it should just kind of go through that spot, it kind of much like a curtain blowing in the wind and then hitting something, kind of just showing the form of the lady seated there, and then as it kind of just whisks by, she's manifested there.
This is pretty rad.
That's what I was just thinking too.
Oh, cool. She's looking mainly at you. Thaddeus is looking mainly at the dagger. Let's see if he actually would have noticed.
Thaddeus? Lady Death. Lady Death Thaddeus.
He starts fidgeting in his seat. It's a absolute honor and pleasure to meet you. Let me roll something here.
Okay.
And he kind of like freezes, like not in terror, but like almost like recognition. What do you do?
So I'll address Lady Death first and say, "My lady, this is one of my closest friends, Thaddeus. I know you're well acquainted with him, but I just thought a formal introduction would be becoming."
she like, okay, how do you have these 3 chairs set up? You have like a square table, right? Or is it a round table? Like, what did you choose?
Like a round table.
Okay, a round table. She leans closer to you and like reaches out like her hand, like the what's this part of your? There's a very specific
I
name
don't
for it.
remember.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Yeah, so the very base palm of her hand is gliding across the table, like trying to reach towards your hand.
Uh-huh.
And as that's doing, the dagger is sliding, and no one's touching it, and it's sliding like towards her.
No, it's
Well, since she's not reaching out for my hand, I'm not going to take it.
No, she was reaching out for your hand. That's the way.
Oh, then
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, once you grasp her hand, the dagger stands up on end, so still in its sheath.
So this part is the Mount of Venus, and this part is the... Wait, hang on, that's the...
It's the other side. I think it's called the Thermer.
Does that
The
sound
Thermer?
Thermer?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, I guess I know a much older term. That's what's coming. Like, it's just like right there.
Yeah, there's a bunch you can
Yeah,
find.
it's not fair. Okay, so you grasp hands, and the dagger stands up on end. So the hilt is there, and it's slowly circling. And Thaddeus, like instinctually, grasps at it, and once he touches the dagger, like you blink for a second, and then you're seeing like so much movement. I need you to roll a discipline.
Well,
Oh no. What is...
What
Thaddeus,
did
what
you
have you
do?
done? Okay, discipline, I need to meet... 11, got it. No.
Oh, no.
Okay, no successes.
No successes.
Hmm.
This is actually pretty darn good. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Let me. I'm just gonna put these right here, so I'll be using those later.
Hey.
No, it's this is actually pretty cool because you failed the discipline. That means you are pretty much, you don't get to push away at any of the things that possibly could happen.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, so in one instant you're shucked from your body. You're holding Lady Death's hand, you're right next, and you can tell that your body, your head kind of is thrown back, and as it's thrown back, blood slowly is pouring from the nose, and it looks like you cough, and like there's, like, you know when there was like blood in the lungs?
Yeah.
That just kind of popped out of you there.
Okay.
And
Okay.
and you're startled at that, and you're tightening your grip on her hand, and then her other hand kind of goes to calm you, and she's kind of motioning to look at Thaddeus.
Alright, yeah.
Okay.
What's going on with Thaddeus?
He, if you recall, the last time you were in this astral form, you could kind of see things as they really were.
Yeah.
He is far larger than his form is.
Okay.
Yeah, like Thaddeus is about 5'9", physically, and very lanky, sickly, especially on his left side. But what you're seeing, 15, 16 feet tall, gleaming gold,
Dang.
and then he opens his like astral eyes, and they're like bright lights shining forth.
Okay.
and the lady says, "Let's all take a walk." And you just start strolling kind of at an angle out of the room, like partially through a wall, and Thaddeus, this immense being, just stands up, and like his head is the same height as yours, but he's just kind of like floating, because this is the first time he's ever experienced this. But you're just like, he's big. Like, this is,
Yeah.
if you're seeing kind of the let's see here, I want you to either roll an occultism or a mysticism, or I'll actually have you roll I won't have you roll a sorcery because it's not your willpower. Occultism or mysticism, to actually kind of figure out what you're seeing.
Okay.
Is everyone else doing okay?
Oh yeah.
Yes, I'm intrigued.
I'm gonna go with mysticism.
Okay.
Alright, 2 successes.
All right. Now remember, you do still have 2 momentum in your pool at the moment.
Okay.
I'll let you kind of use those to ask questions, to kind of, like 1 momentum per a answered question in the future. So you're like, okay, your astral body is usually the way that you are. What's happening is I'm possibly seeing his intellect, but there is a power in him that I don't understand. Like, maybe his lineage or something like that. Now, as you're kind of walking there, you still have a habit in your astral form to actually blink. And you're blinking, and that strange feeling of your eyes kind of being a little dry. And it's really odd because you don't have eyelids. You're just energy at the moment. But you have that strange feeling, and it opens up, and you're in a room much similar to the one where Thaddeus put out some emotion on a certain individual that hurt someone he cared about. And you guys heard from the other room. You're in a room similar to that with all these utensils and things, and there's a woman on the table giving birth. And she holds up the child and hands it off to this man in black. Roll me a observation.
Okay. No successes.
You do have 2 momentums.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna use one.
Okay.
And I'm going to take 1 success.
1 success?
Dang, it's a bummer. I rolled a 1, but I don't have a focus in it.
Okay, well, that is Thaddeus' dad. You remember him.
Okay.
And you're like, there's 6 other men in the room. They all start walking towards Blades as they're setting this baby on the table that is seemed like he's not premature or anything like that. It looks like he's a fat, healthy looking baby, and then as they're walking towards him, they're reaching their right hand out, and he starts shriveling up, and he becomes malnourished, desiccated. And then you feel Lady Death's hand slightly squeeze, and she kind of looks to one side, and you see her stepping through the wall and just kind of taking her finger and like hitting the back of all these people's heads, and they're all turning that way. They just turn their head, like they're feeling a presence, and she grasps the baby for a second, and he livens up on the right side of his body again.
That's so freaking sweet.
And then she steps back, and then she's got, you can kind of see past the veil in this 30-some years ago, a slight smirk on her face, and they all move forward with their blades, and they all hit something right before hitting the baby. And all the blades do it. And you start hearing them cursing. Do you ask anything, or you just kind of...
Yeah. Why did this have to happen?
Thaddeus, do you know? And he's just kind of dumbfounded looking at it. He's in a long line of seventh sons of seventh sons. He's the seventh of a seventh of a seventh. And he was they were going to take the golden power from him for the rest of the family. Because there's always 6 brothers that are still alive, never a 7th.
We get into some Thaddeus lore.
So yeah.
Well, it seems fate had all of our lives intertwined.
Yeah, and I didn't feel like taking a child again. And so you're still seeing them freaking out, trying to harm the child. And then the woman the woman on the table, just kind of pretty much looks like she's having a seizure, bends in half, and then starts hovering as the Lady Death back then is just kind of doing this with her finger, and just starts she's yelling, reaming them out. You care more about fame and fortune than you do your own blood, and especially your own child.
Ooh.
So, you will see him prosper in ways you've never dreamt of, and you won't be able to stop him. And those that started this horrible trend, he will search out for the rest of his days. And I'll get to watch. Hey, yo. And then the woman just drops. And then Lady Death appears to all of them, grasps him, and goes out, and the door opens, and there's an old woman out there that I won't have you roll, but she's got white eyes. She's old then. You remember her? From session 1.
I do.
The cook. Yeah. Yeah.
She's nanny cook now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and she grabbed.
Yeah. So she's handed this baby, and then you're seeing snippets of Lady Death just kind of sitting on a park bench while he's being bullied. And then she just kind of looks over as the boys kind of walk over, and a random branch falls and hits him.
Love that.
Just things like that. You're just getting to watch that and seeing her kind of enjoy it, because this kind of stuff was happening for the entire family, but now it's just one individual. All that good juju is being siphoned through in him. But he still has that left side that is not not right. But that's so yeah. And then she's walking. Is there any other place either of you want to go? Like big old Thaddeus is. Who started it? Jeff, I'm going to have you roll. I'm going to have you roll a d20.
Okay, what am I rolling?
You're rolling a d20.
Just one.
You want to roll under 10.
Oh.
Well, that's not going to happen this time.
All right. Well, that's not for me to tell.
Dang.
Aw, spend the momentum!
There is one momentum.
Spend it,
Yes.
bro!
Spend it.
I'm gonna use that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I rolled a 3.
Okay, cool. Okay. We get to walk a lot farther today. So you start walking in that strange that canopied forest that you're kind of used to, Frederick. And it's really strange because it's usually kind of gloomy and ominous, but you've got Thaddeus there as a beacon of light, kind of changing things. Like there's flowers to your left and right that were always there, but they're kind of growing and blossoming even more as he steps by. And he's like noticing, like, she's like, not there. And there's a path that just starts kind of opening up, and you turn and walk. Now you're seeing you've never been to a place like this. The architecture is, the windows have a curve to a point. You've like seen drawings of things, like it must be someplace in Europe, not France. But you used all your momentum. But as you're seeing these large stone buildings with all these bricks, beautiful architecture, people walking by dressed very, very strange. Like really, a lot of them are wearing tights. Men are wearing high heels with gold as the heel. You see some people with like powdered wigs. And then you kind of keep going, and then the clothing keeps changing and gets less and less splendid. There are red vests with that must be velvet. There are a lot more street urchins, but the architecture is still astounding. Like it grows, it shrinks, and then you go to this must be a cemetery, and then into a catacombs, and there's these 7 men standing in a semicircle in front of this black stone, this strange stone that as you're looking at it makes you feel queasy, like it's something you shouldn't be seeing. And they all slice their hand and throw the blood towards it, and as it does, the blood all stops, and you're hearing a strange, which one is the sacrifice? And 6 of them just turn and start stabbing one of their own. Then out from that strange crystal, roll me an observation.
You better roll good, Jeff. I gotta know.
Don't put that pressure on me.
That's what I like about the pressure. Splendid. Black claws that go to a greenish scaled hand. And then another. And from that space, a humanoid horror of some reptilian descent comes out and stands before them, grabs the body, and starts handing it into that crystalline form. And it just gets broken up as it's getting sucked in. You had the 2 successes. This individual looks kind of similar to one of those sisters you faced, but of course it's not. This is a male. He's far larger. He's about 7 foot tall. Then as he's standing there, he looks at all of them, and all of his scales kind of move, and he gets shorter, and some of them look like they start going in, and his scales kind of disappear as he looks like he's a human.
Does he look like the person they just stabbed?
Yeah.
Ooh.
What the heck?
I thought you were gonna say he looked like her old gang leader, and I was like, oh!
No. No way.
Now, and then the creature's voice is not as menacing. Now I'll just take care of this wonderful family.
Oof. Take care of the way the mafia would, probably.
And then you in that room, you see Lady Death, like, tipping her head at the corpse being, like, pulled in, along with the man's spirit being sucked into that area.
Oof.
And then after it gets sucked in and those men leave, that individual turns and just points his finger and, like, beckons, and that man kind of, like, his chest first coming out of that crystal, and he's there. Just for eternity, you get to watch what your family does.
Oh my god.
Let's see what this world has to offer now. It's changed a lot. It's colder, I don't like it. And they walk out.
Scary.
Now, if you recall, he had a strange band on his arm.
Yep.
Yep.
So, and the lady turns to you. Is there any place you want to go? Yeah.
No, I'm speechless.
You're just like,
Gosh.
Have her take you to where they're at right now.
Yeah. I was honestly thinking
Take you to where that person is. Oh, I don't really know if I want to know.
Yeah. He's like below us.
that.
And
Yeah,
like,
take me to where this man is right now.
well, he isn't a man.
Right.
got a good point.
Roll a persuasion.
Taking with monster. Oh, okay.
Roll a persuasion.
Just one success.
Okay. You're surrounded by tall trees. and it's only one success. You're kind of moving fast through what must be a large house with strange red like wallpaper. Then you're going down steps rapidly into this strange basement of stone, and there's a lot of, then looks like a cave, and there's large numbers of people just kind of walking in a large circle, just like a how can I describe that? If you've ever seen a mosh pit, like how it just kind of moves like that, well, you've got a large number of people kind of in kind of an organized form, almost. Oh, also like when ants, they something goes wrong and they just kind of swarm in a circle. If you've ever seen that, that's happening to your left, and then you're looking to your right, and there's that man, like at a table, and he's like cutting up meat, and he starts turning, looking towards you, and it stops, and you're pulled away before he fully turns. Whew.
Okay, let's go home.
No, thanks.
I feel like that meat had quotation marks on it.
You when your astral form kind of hits into your body, you've got that, you're like, oh, I saw that there's blood in my mouth. Like, you prepped yourself before you went down. It's like already dried on the sides of your mouth.
Cool.
And then like the blood in your mustache is already dried, and you're like trying to wipe it away, and like so, and like your mouth is super dry, and you look over to where Lady Death is, and she's wiping her nose and her mouth.
Mm.
Thaddeus is I never asked exactly what you are, where you came from. Now I've got all these questions running through my head exactly. Is that rude? Is that wrong? He's like just looking straight at you, and he's like just like almost manic. He just like
Frederick actually laughs at him.
Okay.
Out of understanding.
Okay.
Because he has been there before.
Okay.
My friend, sometimes too many questions can become a burden. But I mean, if she doesn't want to answer them, she won't.
Maybe another time. If and he's like not giving her eye contact. Just Frederick, if she would like to meet again, I am okay with that. I just have a lot of things to process. And he like he stumbles up, he drops his cane, he's like trying to like grab it. He is frazzled.
Mm. feel like Frederick would not want to impose and like subject him to thinking like he has to be helped.
Okay. So he takes him a little time. He gets his cane, and he's like, "It's been an absolute pleasure. Please excuse me, and you both enjoy the rest of your night." Thank you. And he just kind of like shuffles out, and he closes. He opens the door and barely, like, making sure that no light or any, like, he's blocking anyone's view as much as possible. He closes the door.
Frederick will turn to Lady Death and sigh, saying, "The most powerful man in the room in such a frail body."
You have no idea.
No. But I thank you for helping him and answering his questions.
We can't answer all of them. I don't think he'd be able to handle it.
I understand.
Sorry that was so taxing on you, but we took another person with us.
That was certainly an experience.
You did take 2 vigor.
Okay.
That would have straight up killed me.
What?
I said that would have killed me. I do not have anything left.
Like, I'm gonna say, like, after a week though, your guys' vigor would be back, but you're not at a week yet. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Frederick? Is there a conversation you want to have with her?
Sorry. No. For the rest of tonight, it would be just relaxing.
Okay. Splendid.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the difference.
Is Jade kind of paying attention to the hallway sounds of, especially hearing Thaddeus? Okay, you'd definitely be hearing him shuffle out of Frederick's room and stop before yours, and like and then shuffle to his office.
Keep taking care of that.
Yep, we are definitely done. So that was just day. That was like day 2, pretty much.
We're
What an
all-
eventful day.
Jeez.
You do have a little bit more white hair, Frederick.
He's about to start.
Where do you-
having to
Say
color his
You've
hair.
got some more white hair in your beard.
Oh,
You've
no,
actually got
no.
2. Yeah, actually have 2 stripes.
Ooh.
I'm turning into a handsome old man.
Emphasis on the old.
He's definitely the oldest out of our group.
Yikes.
No.
Oh, well, I guess Cedric's probably even older than him.
Yeah. Frederick is not all that old.
Yeah.
He just looks old.
No. He has a very youthful appearance.
Yep.
It's just the gray hair.
Yep. That
On
is
the
new.
eye.
Yep, that was new. Yeah, and he doesn't. He's,
All that's new.
Yeah.
So you had 3 wounds and 3 traumas.
Yeah.
I had 1 wound, and 1 trauma.
So you didn't get wrecked that bad.
No, because I basically got pushed out of the way when the ghoul showed up. Otherwise, I would have been down a lot worse.
Okay. Cedric, how many wounds and trauma do you have?
2 trauma. I think it's like, or no. I got that mixed up. No trauma, 2 wounds.
Okay.
You don't have superpowers.
No, she did some of that to herself.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Cutting off your finger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it worth it?
And Jeremiah is not doing so good.
Yeah, I know. Poor Jim.
Okay.
He should just stay in the saloon for like 3 weeks. He'll come out good as new.
He'd be pretty worn out. And the that's for you there.
Thank you.
Yeah. So how are you guys actually like healing up? Like, what is your game plan for it? Like, are you going to rely on Thaddeus kind of helping you through your trauma stuff, or are you going to, because your trauma, like, I'm guessing you're spending as much time with Kent as you can.
Yeah.
And Frederick, you had trauma as well, if I recall.
Yeah. You're saying we don't have full vigor and resolve?
You will pretty soon.
Well, then I've got 2 traumas.
Oh, okay. No, never mind. You've got, like, let's just say your vigor's back at, and that 2 vigor you took is healed back up. Okay. It was just so you could actually see that you sacrificed something for that.
Alright, okay.
Tulok would go camping, not too far from civilization, but he would just go by himself and camp, and that would be how he
You're like
starts to heal from his
Okay, roll
trauma.
a survival.
Oh, I'm good at survival.
Your 1 trauma.
That'll be 2 successes.
2 successes.
Yes, sir.
You definitely find a good spot. And camping in the desert is very different than camping in the tundra. Yeah, and you're just your mental state gets better by kind of figuring out how to live in this area.
Very cool.
Like, then you're just kind of like reading the animals and stuff like that, how they react differently. So, like, how long do you want to? Because it's a trauma that should.
Take some time.
Yeah,
I can see him
it's just
being
like
out.
the beginning parts.
Yeah, I can see him being out as much as a week or week and a half, as long as Thaddeus was fine with it.
Okay.
Because he would definitely check in with Thaddeus before doing that. So
Okay.
let Thaddeus know basically the general location where he was going to be, so he could be found if
Okay.
needed. Yeah.
Okay.
But he would only tell Thaddeus. He wouldn't make that common knowledge.
Okay. Okay. What about everyone else?
Jade would definitely need medical attention, like in a bad way.
Okay, are you
So-
asking help from Thaddeus, or are you just like, are you doing it via note? Because it seems that you don't really want to have a face-to-face with him, so I don't want to be forcing that.
She would not at first. She definitely would not. Like, I just envisioned that she would just hang out in her room a lot, and then eventually she'd like come down and be ready to have a conversation with
As
him.
your finger's like super infected.
Yeah, probably. Like, it's getting to the point where she's like,
I'm going to die if I don't get help.
This is a
Gangrene.
life or death situation, so you have to be nice to me.
Okay, let's get back to that. Cedric, how are you going to be are you're pretty much just helping taking care of yourself, I'm guessing.
Right, yeah. There's no trauma.
So
So if
it's
he
just-
did have trauma, it would go into Hansel.
Okay.
That would be his. But he had no trauma, so really it would be studying, and then he'd probably like stitch himself up.
Oh, please roll me a medicine.
Oh my gosh.
When you said it would go into Hansel, I just pictured you beating up the...
That's 2 successes.
Okay.
Instead.
The few lacerations that you do have, you've got 2 of them that maybe needed like 2 or 3 stitches apiece. You do a good enough job on them that you're pretty happy about it. The those ropes, the rope burn on you, you just kind of have, you wrap them and you keep dressing the wounds, and you are healing up pretty nicely because you do have 2 wounds, so it will take two solid months to be tip top again, but you're definitely on the mend. What kind of sciencey stuff are you going to be trying to do? You can just be thinking about it. I don't want to be forcing you to.
Sciencey stuff.
Because I know you're going to be doing that you got that amount of time. You're probably going to be staying in your room and like Thaddeus keeps setting trays of food up. So
I think the connection between Hansel, there's a connection between Hansel and the head that's on my desk. So I would definitely be like looking into that.
Which one?
Not the rock head, the one I've had for a while.
Okay. Okay. Start thinking about like how you're going to try to figure out a connection.
Okay.
Like think of some like experiments or something like that. How do you ask Thaddeus for help? Do you just kind of ask?
So Jade stole the $300
Yes,
worth
you stole a lot of money.
Yeah, I stole a lot of things, and in particularly there was a lot of jewelry and pocket watches. So I envision that Jade would have picked out like the nicest pocket watch to give to him as like a
the thing to soften.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like not a peace offering, but but she'd try to I don't want to say corner him, but wait until he's by himself.
Okay.
So probably when he's in his office and approach him then. So I'd be like, oh, I got you this watch.
Okay.
Also, I need medical attention type of thing.
Well, when you do enter the room, he notices that he stands up and keeps glancing at your right hand, and is ecstatic that you've given him something, and he automatically takes off this pocket watch that the chain has diamonds on it. He takes off that and he throws it to the side and he puts this on.
That's
So
so funny.
sweet.
And
You just swipe the one with diamonds.
just
No.
whatever. Do you need it stitched up or what exactly?
I definitely need somebody to look at it.
Okay. Do you want Cedric or do you want someone else?
Someone else.
Okay. So he
Actually, though,
Wow.
Jade would have lowered her voice when she said that, just in case.
I
Okay.
certainly have mastered my medicine.
Yeah, but you got a lot of heads around.
Well, there's no problem with that. No red flags.
So he actually brings you to the room again. He's like, I'll have someone here as soon as I can, and he books it out, and there is a town doctor, and Thaddeus comes in. He's sweating, he actually went and got him himself, and the doctor's like, oh. Okay, so it starts taking care of that. It's been a few days, so it's 3-4 days, or did you wait longer?
No, it would have been within the first week. She wouldn't have made it
Okay.
past the first week.
So, well, the you did go through the knuckle, and so this. Oh man.
It's pretty gross.
Yeah, it's not doing so hot. It's not turning black or anything like that because I'm I'm not gonna have you have to roll against like infections. Dead.
I just die.
Yeah, that happened all the
Yeah.
time. Like it's horrible. But he's like, okay. So like he does kind of stitch up what he can. He let's see here. They would have prescribed. Well, painkillers. You're prescribed those. Making sure that you have not too much time outside getting fresh air, but enough time for rest. Yeah, so it's, and that was one of your wounds. The other ones were caused by, do you recall?
I think they were from the demon lady thing that we fought.
Okay, so it was like was one of them from the bayonet?
Yeah, you're right. One of them is from Tulok.
Is it a wound? That was a wound.
Where-
right?
Yeah, I took a wound from Tulok. That's right.
Okay, that wound doesn't look awesome. Like the edges of it look kind of.
Wonderful.
I was possessed,
okay, well,
okay?
I'd have the doctor look at that
Yeah,
one
he's like,
too.
it's not necrosis, but it looks.
Thaddeus is just like, because it's like another one.
Oh,
Another one.
no, like
Another one.
like Thaddeus asked if he can, like, look at the wound and.
Stop.
Don't tell
How
him.
did that?
Don't tell him it's
You
from
should
you.
tell him. I don't care.
How
Do
did
what
that
you want
happen? Like what caused that?
Well, you see.
Well, Tulok found a. Is it a full bayonet or is it just a piece of
It's
bayonet?
a bayonet that's like broken off.
Yeah.
He found a bayonet that's broken, and it possessed him somehow, and I ended up fighting him, and he stabbed me with the bayonet, and we were just gonna keep going until someone died, and he came to, so yeah, and we took the bayonet away from him. Does Frederick still have that? I
Yeah.
would say Frederick probably still has it, but
Meanwhile, Tulok's like finding himself in the desert. Daddy's about to find him
Tulok's
too.
ears must feel so warm right now.
yeah, his
Yeah.
ears are
It's
like,
like- he's
red.
No, you're seeing in Thaddeus like he's becoming very flush. Tulok stabbed you.
I don't necessarily think it was Tulok, to be fair, but it wouldn't be my first time being stabbed. She would go, first time was
So
like a
that-
finger,
and
and
so,
kind
like-
of like smirk.
And so
but-
like the doctor is like, like he's like feeling really he's like, I can come back, and like Thaddeus like puts his hand in his no
You're about to get in trouble.
she's all that matters in town, and he just kind of steps out, and he doesn't look back, and he closes the door behind him. Kill Tulok.
Too long. You hear this noise in
Thaddeus,
the
you
woods.
came out to join me?
He has the bayonet.
Actually, Frederick, you hear a knock on your door.
Oh my gosh. Here we go.
Yeah. Yes, come in.
The door slowly creaks open. Jade told me about a bayonet and an incident. May I see the accursed weapon?
Yes, of course. So he'll go over to his satchel, and it's probably still wrapped up because I think that's how it was. And so I'll
Yeah.
take it that way and hand it to him.
So he Okay.
So when I hand it to him, I'll explain. Hey, I possessed him. He was unresponsive while holding it in his hand.
His weakness could have cost us a lot. He grasps underneath and just kind of. Do you have any ways of finding out anything more on it, or do I need to study?
I mean, there might be a few ways I can find out. Let me try those out, and if I don't get any results, I'll get back. Because I understand it's a very dangerous weapon.
Yeah, I will wait until you figure something out before I cast judgment. Before I take any action.
Dish out punishments.
Alright.
And he hasn't stepped foot into your room at all. And he shuts your door.
The air's probably like so thick. Too.
Yeah. And you hear him stop in front of his office, start walking, and he's standing in front of that room that you heard things from.
Yeah.
And he goes back to his office. So, how are you going to find out any information on this bayonet?
So that would be 2 of my wounds healed.
My first option
Find
is
information.
doing a seance.
Okay, seance.
Another
Seance.
Yeah,
We
seeing
have a lot of
if
luck
there's
with
any spirits that are attached to it, or the spirit of the wielder of it.
Oh. Are you having anyone help you?
Are the friends that live in tents? Are they in our town yet?
The friends that live in tents.
The Russians?
Yeah.
Like the Russians?
Like the guy with the split nose, or
Yeah.
the blacksmith.
You haven't heard anything. Do you want to actually go and see?
Yeah, I will. I will leave the hotel and see if our friends are here.
Okay. Roll me a survival or observation, because survival would be kind of tracking, observation would be searching out.
All right. Observation's a little better. Great. So we're gonna go with 2 successes.
Okay.
I don't know what my other name's from. I know it's from the demon lady, but I don't know how she gave it to me.
Close.
So I probably have another infection somewhere too.
You're not doing so awesome.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem that they're in town.
Oh, dang.
And it's only been it hasn't been a super long time. Maybe 2 months.
I know. I just like them. I was hoping they would move a little quicker.
Well, you can move quicker when it's, not 1875.
Fair. Shoot. And nobody else in our party is good with that kind of stuff, huh?
I was stabbed by
Tulok's
it.
not. Which is crazy because discipline's one of my highest things.
Wouldn't that be so funny though to put Tulok in the seance with the bayonet?
It might
Actually,
have
would
an effect
not
on
be
me.
cool.
Yeah,
That might
probably a bad
actually be the
idea.
best idea.
Well, Jeff, if you recall, I was tossing out the idea that if your character has a patron or a pact, that you actually have a special, kind of like a ritual list or ritual pool, like one of being like identify or commune or something like that. Because honestly, you should be able to communicate with your patron.
Yeah.
So you could use those means. As a
I think I'm.
or you could try
I think
to.
I will indeed do that.
If you recall, early on you did try to communicate with Miss Laveau, and you were able to. You have to have a bunch of successes. Do you recall that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's try that out. I'm going to communicate with Mademoiselle.
Okay. Now, if you recall, the way you set up this ritual, you actually had like you got a special cigar. You lit that forward and got it ready, like across the table. You need to roll high on a. Let's see here. You've been rolling a lot of mysticism. I guess I'll let you continue.
Thanks.
3 minimum.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a dream.
Okay.
All right.
And you all have not seen Jeremiah in days.
Hope he's okay.
Okay, so I've got 3.
Okay. Fantastic. So you set up your candles, and you breathe in. You like the aroma of that strange cigar that you're like you actually have to order it in. Like you have to ask Thaddeus, and like you can only get one at a time. It's like a strange, kind of a slight chocolate and coffee, like back end aroma on it. But there's like in your mouth there's like a saltiness. And you're like strange, and then you're then you like close your eyes and you're like smelling and feeling the bayou. And you open your eyes as that smoke kind of hits your face, and it looks like she's sitting in the chair in front of you.
Hello, Madame Laveau.
Oh, hi boy. How can I help you?
Great many things you can help me with. A lot's happened in a short amount of time.
Oh, do tell.
Well, found out that Thaddeus, if you remember him, scrawny little boy, carries himself an enormous golden spirit.
Oh.
Yeah. And that the Lady Death, you remember her, was actually protecting him this entire time, more than I thought. And I have decided that I would like to pursue the darker arts.
All right then. Is that why you're communing with me?
Well, no, that's just pleasantries.
Oh.
I was hoping to ask you a small favor, actually. I once again, am not doing too well in performing seances, and I was curious if you could help me with a little trinket that one of my friends found. It actually possessed him and caused him to stab one of my other friends twice.
Why are you wanting to perform a seance on something that has enough power to make someone be possessed?
To hopefully find more about it.
Well, this should be
to see if it's those that are tormented, or to see if it's the tormentor.
Well, I can help you, but I won't be able to protect you.
Hmm. Would you have any other advice other than my foolhardy approach in life?
Well, if you have the accursed thing by you, I could possibly ask the spirits around to identify it for you.
Madam, that seems a lot safer. Let's try that first. I've had a couple close encounters with death. Some of them I like and some of them I don't, but let's have you try this.
Alright, I'll have you roll. Roll two d20s and let me know what the numbers are.
And 12 and 13.
Okay. Well, this little trinket's never been given a true name, but it always thirsts.
You would have picked it up.
It doesn't hunger, it thirsts.
It thirsts. It just wants bloodshed.
Man, what is it with Tulog and...
This item is actually doesn't have a spirit per se attached to it, but the evil that is within it and on it has happened because of what it was used for again and again and again. This little thing is actually at Gettysburg, it looks like.
Oh.
Yeah, makes sense.
And it predates it. You can see how they changed how it was actually on the musket. I think this was during the French and Indian War, actually.
Wow, it's killed a lot of people.
You picked it up.
Ooh, shiny.
And it seems that if you don't have a strong enough will to fight it off,
Ooh.
The malice of all those moments just kind of take over. So if you want to get rid of a small town, just let that in there.
Alright.
Stephen Kingsman.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow, Tulok is really unlucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty unlucky.
So hearing all that, Frederick would say, my friend is extremely unlucky. I wish that I could say that this is the first time that this sort of thing has happened, but I believe that he himself needs to be cleansed by the Pope.
Well,
Perhaps Jesus himself could not cause this man to have no more bad luck.
is it his choices or luck?
It's both, for sure.
Madam, I wish it was just his luck.
Wait, is this the one that was associated with one of the four of many?
That'd be the one.
It's the very same.
Oh.
Do you have any advice that I should give him?
Well, being that he attempted to cut ties with that just means he's going to be a magnet to so many things. As someone before they meet Jesus have that big hole in him, now he's got a big hole in him that wants to be filled. It's true.
I see. There's a hole for power inside of him.
You could say that.
or just evil.
Alright.
I need to look big cursed again.
You've been extremely helpful, Matt.
Well, that's what I'm here for.
I appreciate the favor.
Well,
But is there any way I can repay you?
Oh,
you could write back. You should be receiving my letters pretty soon.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah. Oh. And I do apologize, Jeff. I didn't get to send them out because I forgot to ask you your address until way later.
Hey, it's fine. I'm more of my permanent address, so it's okay.
Okay, cool. I don't know. It's going to be an experiment, so I'll see how long it takes to get to you.
Yeah.
Because it is a different. I've never sent anything to that state before.
Yeah.
So,
who knows what it'll be like.
yeah. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
Yes. The path that I want to take. I understand it's dark, but I want to take it for a good reason. And I believe that I have the right mindset and the right heart, but will you help guide me down this path and make sure I don't stray off of it?
I'd never let you stray from it. Why do you say it's such a dark path?
Well, I mean, it's not dark to me, but
Then it's not dark.
How are you so wise?
Wisdom.
That's it. All right.
That's good. Alrighty. So.
Yeah.
You spent a lot of time on a lot of Frederick stuff.
Yeah.
It's been good.
It's been good.
I'm sorry. I promise I'm not trying to do.
I know. I'm really not trying either, but it just keeps happening. Alright, so you kind of come out of that trance, and that cigar, like it looks like it's been chewed on and smoked. But the bayonet's still there.
So I'll just relay all of that information to Thaddeus. And maybe in the nature of looking out for him and for Tulak, I will also explain that situation.
Oh, like you mean what happened?
Like the what happened part, or like
Or that there's a hole for power into what?
Yeah.
the whole for power thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Okay, that's a liability we can't have.
You just get shot in the back of
Oh,
the head
so,
while you're
I
camping.
feel like Thaddeus would.
I definitely don't want to hold on to this bayonet.
Oh, that can definitely go in the collection.
Too.
I'm at a very interesting place at the moment. You do understand, Frederick, right?
I believe I understand, sir.
Okay. His longing for power you'd have issues with the ways he would do it.
You would.
His longing for power is the way that you described it, that hole that keeps bringing things in could possibly harm you or other people. But on certain cases, it could be beneficial because the
Yes.
thing that you're after would be drawn to him.
Perfect. You're
That
right
is
in
correct.
every situation.
In fact, I believe that many otherworldly entities would probably be searching out him.
This is fun.
He is definitely the most susceptible to
Falling for these.
unfortunate circumstances of the otherworldly kind.
Okay.
Called
But
you
if-
an idiot.
But if he ever does harm her again, I'll just leave it like that.
It's a bit of ring. Have you seen that mirror?
Okay. I understand.
Okay. Now what we're gonna have everyone do is roll 2d20. So we're gonna do carousing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh. Here, I'll leave it this way.
I've gotta write down these numbers anyway.
Okay.
Okay. Caleb, let's have you go first.
Yeah. Well, I already rolled. What was it for?
2d20. Add the numbers up and tell me what it adds up to be.
21.
Okay. Frederick.
22.
Okay.
24.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Otherworldly entity.
13.
Okay. And let's see what Jeremiah does.
30.
Okay.
I wonder what the odds are of rolling a 40. That would be astronomically crazy.
I don't think it would be something you want to do in this.
No, I don't want to do it. I'm just wondering mathematically, like, how. What are the odds of such a bad roll?
Is everyone enjoying themselves?
Yes.
Yeah.
Caleb? Fall asleep?
Here.
Have you been enjoying or just kind of like, I want them to get to something else?
I've been enjoying listening to Frederick.
Okay. Alright, good. We're good. Okay, so let's see here. We have like a half an hour left.
Imagine Jesus. Just as
Probably.
Okay.
That's when Jane Byers collapsed.
You have to put padding in the. Probably be less noticeable if you put padding in it. Just means you can never do the clean.
Tulak had rolled this one prior time.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's funny.
The Tulak rolled it again, or you
Yeah.
did? Oh my gosh.
24 twice in a row. I can roll again, you want me to?
Well, actually, a bunch of you guys. This is not super awesome. Oof. Actually, everyone roll again, just so I have
I was gonna say, honestly, I can't take anything.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
What?
So what was that?
39.
Okay.
A nat 20 and a 19.
All right.
Alright.
Tulak.
30.
Okay. Cedric.
16.
Okay.
7.
Shut up. We're changing dice next time.
Here, roll those.
It's too late.
Let's see what happens.
You've Clementine rolled this one.
Which one? The
Not Clementine. Yeah, Calliope totally rolled this one of the times. So, no, this one was actually Jeremiah. If you could roll a d6, just tell me what the number is.
4.
Okay, let's just have a note on that. 16. Okay. I'm interested to see these things that are over 30. I don't think we've done that before. Oh, no, we've done the 30 before. Okay.
I hope it's the one where someone steals money from Tulak.
That was the last time.
Yeah.
You rolled it again. Yeah.
Dang. I was gonna say we can make it a woman. Vengeance.
Oh, the other one already got vengeance on him, babe.
When?
Well, I guess Lily hasn't yet. That's one I expect to run into every session.
Yeah. At some point you will. Oh.
This little sweet seamstress.
Yeah.
Not
Axe
anymore.
murderer.
Yeah.
She's probably not super. She's definitely well dressed, but she's not sweet.
Really wish someone would have rolled a 40. I'll just
almost got there.
I'll just explain this one.
Alright.
It's called Strange Possession. The character obtains an unusual item at considerable cost. The item will cost 10 gold or all the character's remaining gold. If they have less than 10 remaining, the item has no particular use. Its form and function is entirely up to the game master, but while the item itself may be useless, it's also highly sought after by many others, including people of positions of power. What is this item? Why do so many people desire it? What is its purpose? It's kind of cool.
I like
That
it.
is cool.
It's a compass that doesn't point north.
It's a compass, but it doesn't have the spinning thing in it.
So it's just a bad watch?
Yeah.
A compass that doesn't point north.
So why would anybody want it?
No, that compass takes you wherever you want to go.
No,
Points to the thing you most desire in the world.
Not if it doesn't.
Not
have-
yours, the one I was talking
Yeah,
about.
I know what you're saying, but
Oh,
it has a
yeah.
purpose. It's supposed to be a trinket with no purpose.
Okay, so Tulak is the one that notices this when everything. Tax collectors
Okay.
pass by you. Yep. Taxes.
I gotta pay
That's it.
taxes.
No.
Because I didn't spend any money yet.
Or you can.
Well, the funny thing is like this is like we still didn't have taxes at the time, like, actual taxes. So like this is like it's a strange situation.
Yeah.
I'll fight him.
You're gonna fight him?
Well, I don't know.
Or you could just intimidate
Are they
them.
trying to take? Are they actually trying to take my money, or am I just noticing them walking in town?
They want to take your money.
I'm going to tell them no. They can't have it.
Really? These men in boulder hats and suits.
How many men?
You got 2.
Hats and suits. They sound like they've got guns.
You're gonna have to roll to see.
Observation?
Yeah.
Maybe you should give him a bayonet for a little bit.
No, they'll kill me.
Yeah.
I don't even have it anymore. Oh, this is definitely 2 successes, I think.
Observation is under awareness.
That's really-
2 successes.
Alright. They're armed. Underneath their jackets, you can see that there's something. You don't know exactly what they have, but they most likely each have at least one pistol on them.
Am I in town or am I still camping?
You're still camping. You're like they're.
Ooh,
You know what?
yourself.
What the heck? Why don't I just try to kill them? What do you think?
That's up to you.
I'm gonna fight them. I'm gonna ambush them with a sneak attack right off the bat before they have a chance to think.
Sneak attack.
All right. What's your sneak attack?
I'm going to use my mind. Actually, I'm just gonna grab the dagger and stick it in the guy's throat closest to me.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. So I think that would be melee.
Yes, that's melee.
No, that's murder.
Sweet. Then I get to roll my damage. So that's 3 successes. So I definitely get to roll my damage, right?
You have 2 momentum at the moment.
Oh, I don't know. Get those guns.
I think you get to call your shot.
Yep, you can call your shot for 2 momentum, so you can.
So you can
Okay.
say you actually do stab him.
Yeah, I'll call my shot for 2 momentum.
Okay.
Hit him in the neck. My damage. Oh, I'll roll that one. 1, 5, and 6. Do all of those count for something?
1, 5, and 6. Yes.
Perfect. And the qualities are subtle and vicious.
Vicious. So the 6 and a 5 would count as 2.
Okay, so 4, 5 damage total.
5 damage. You pull your knife out and jam the blade up, and it actually goes like, and you hear it as it arcs and actually severs the spine, and you just start shaking, and blood is gushing all over your hand.
Okay.
And you used your 2 momentum, so you can't have another.
I was thinking about trying to use it for another attack, but there we go.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
You have your fortune if you want to use it.
Yeah, I can spend it to.
Gain one more action.
Well, then I'm going to use that action. Does it count as 1 action to draw my sidearm and shoot it, or is that 2?
No, it's
That's an action. That's fire.
Okay.
like the firing is
Yeah.
the firing.
Okay, so then I'm going to leave the knife in his throat and pull out my 6-shooter to try and blast some holes in the second guy.
Okay. Give me
Who
that
wants
fortune.
a fortune to not pay taxes?
Pretty much.
Yeah, well, at this point, if I don't try to kill them both, I'm probably toast. This would be pistols, I think, right?
Yep.
That's just not great. 1 success.
Building the rapport that.
You hit him.
That one. And then 2s don't count. Or is it 3s that don't count for anything?
3s and 4s don't count for anything.
Oh, sweet. So I've got 1, 2, 4, 6 damage.
Okay.
My
Roll
qualities are real.
that for me.
Right leg.
Okay.
Oh no, sorry, it was torso.
Or you can roll it again because
Okay.
it did. Yeah.
Left leg. So it doesn't make a difference.
So you release your bloody hand from the blade, and you draw your pistol and you fire into his left leg, hitting the artery.
Oh,
And he just starts pretty much looking like he's peeing himself, but blood is just gushing out because he's so surprised, like his blood pressure changed, and he just is dropping down. And they both bleed out right in front of you in your campsite. And then you hear a crow far off as it flies away from you.
Oh,
Okay. Dang. That's not good.
What? Why'd you kill him?
Well, I didn't
they
trust
wanted his
them.
money.
There's no such thing as taxes,
They paid
so
him
they've got to be up to no good.
Yeah.
Roll an observation to check their persons.
Oh,
If you want to, otherwise are you just gonna get like? Are you just gonna bury these bodies? Like, what are you gonna do? You just
well,
killed
I'll
2
check
men.
them. I'm gonna check them, but I would definitely bury them, and I would give them. This is gonna sound funny, but I'm gonna give them a blessing, and then I'm just gonna pack up my cape and go home after I check them. Do all that.
Oh my god.
Doesn't
Sounds
have
good.
sky area.
For
said
observation, I only got
also
one
make it there.
success.
Okay. They definitely have really important looking documents on them.
Well, I'm gonna
Like
bury
a
him.
badge with a star and stuff.
So probably like a sheriff or something.
Oh, like maybe U.S. Marshals.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Tulok strikes again.
It's they're legit government officers.
Why were they trying to cost me for taxes?
What if they're
taxes?
Pinkertons?
That's what I thought they were Pinkertons or some bad guys.
So you just
Well, if they're
decided to kill
Pinkertons, you're done.
him?
I guess that's probably true in the long run, but I thought I was done in the moment anyways. They're bad guys.
So you just bury them and then you clean up your site.
Yeah, but I would bury them in a way that no one's gonna find the graves.
Roll a survival to hide it. And what do you do with their horses?
Oh, they
Kill
have
'em.
horses? No, I don't kill the horses. That's rude. I can't set them free in the desert. They'll die. So I'll just bring them to the stables, I guess.
Okay. On their
I mean,
persons.
it's not branded. They're your horses.
By definition, they're your horses now. But they, the pistols that they had, the first one that you stabbed had 2 pistols.
Okay.
Cross draw. Both the barrels were actually cut off.
Ooh, I'm gonna take those.
Okay.
Nice.
They are both Colt Navy. And
Probably
the other
same
one,
stats.
yeah, Colt Navy.
You know how easy though they're gonna track this back to you?
How? There's
Like
no
you'll bring the
witnesses.
horses. You'll bring the horses to the stables. Law will be like, "Hey, who brought these horses?" And they'll be like, "Oh, a Native American." And everybody's just gonna turn towards you.
And then the other one, the other pistol was actually a Schofield. So it's the actual same pistol that Frederick has. That it's a break action and helps reload.
Oh, I'll take that too. Why not?
Is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I probably should release the horses then, but I want them to die in the desert.
Now you have a conscience?
He has a moral compass when it comes to animals.
Yeah, well,
Well, it does
animals
now.
are much more important than.
Burrow didn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's
Well,
sad. Well, it was I panicked. It was Burrow or people, and I was sad. Well, gosh dang it! If I release them, what are the odds they're gonna just walk into town on their own?
The dice.
Oh, well, I'm just gonna release them. I'm
Are you
gonna
just leave them with their saddles.
I'm gonna unbridle them and stuff so they can eat and drink and take the saddles off too.
So
So
you can-
take all the kit off.
Okay. As you're taking the kid off, I'm not going to even have you roll, but like they have a lot of brass insignias of the United States government on their saddles. Like they're like cavalry saddles. And yeah, like that you'd definitely be noticing that as you're taking it
Yeah.
off. So
Well, Tulok regrets it. Thought he was being robbed. He was not being robbed.
yeah.
So there's that.
Tulok, you sure you don't got that bayonet on you still, buddy?
I think
Tulok puts the
I think-
Schofield in his mouth.
let go of the bayonet, but the bayonet never let go of Tula.
True.
Yeah, well, same with the axe. So
Yeah.
Oh man, that got so different than.
You can keep you guessing.
but you gotta admit they were good kills
They were fast.
and
They were
relatively
good.
painless.
Yeah, just guys doing their job. You know,
Just getting murdered.
Johnny's never gonna see their dad again.
Nope. Poor Johnny. I'm never gonna see my dad again either, Johnny. You could turn out like me one day, Johnny.
Jeez.
Johnny's gonna come and grow
He's
up.
making a
and kill you.
fatherless world because he was fatherless.
Oh wow.
Hurt people hurt people.
Oh,
Hate that saying.
truly.
Gosh.
If I spend a fortune, can I take it back?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
You
Well,
spent a
At this
fortune to
point,
do it.
Yep, at this point, I'm going to choose not to regret it because I can't undo it. So, what's done is
That's
done.
words to live by.
And I'm not going to tell a soul about it.
Oh.
Nobody's going to know.
Nobody's gonna know. It was in character. It's fine.
Who's gonna know?
They're gonna know.
So then I would just go back to town and
Act like nothing happened.
act like nothing happened. And I'm going to ponder about how easy it was to get away with murder.
Yeah.
It was very easy.
Yeah.
And Tulak knows realistically he'll probably never be caught. Probably.
What direction are you taking Tulak? Because
So-
right now that's like,
Well, hearing that he's got this power vacuum thing, that makes a lot of sense. I can play that.
but you
You hadn't noticed
know.
that?
Yeah.
No, I had noticed that. I was wondering why I kept running into all these evil things, but now it makes sense.
Well,
Just
Doesn't mean you have to play the evil.
Yeah.
character.
No, I'm not going to play evil, but like chaotic evil.
Chaotic evil.
you're ready for next episode when the Pinkertons show up.
Yeah, I was gonna say when they show up looking for their buddies, and not Tulak, Thaddeus is about to have to pay people off.
Well, no, how is he going to even know to pay him off? He's like, we've never had
Meanwhile,
anybody here
Turlock
collect
is being
taxes.
suspended and possessed by Dagon.
Dagon would hate Arizona.
I mean, you're right, but I can't think of a desert evil.
Halfway to town,
Yeah.
Turlock
Near Lathatown.
buries the. Which one is it? Halfway to town, he's gonna bury the two sawed-off cross draw colts. He's gonna keep the Schofield though,
Why would you bear?
because if somebody shows up and I have the guns of the people that are dead, it's a pretty dead giveaway. I think I can hide a Schofield.
Don't erase it. Just mark that you know where those are buried.
Okay.
Because you could go get them later.
Yep. 2 loaded pistols, just buried in the dirt.
I'd wrap them in cloth.
Oh my gosh.
Keep you guessing.
Sure.
Not in a good way.
Oh man.
So what happened to everybody else's role?
Well, that one was supposed to affect everybody else's.
Oh, you're welcome, guys.
So now none of us have to pay.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
There's no tax collectors.
We didn't even know there was tax collectors.
We don't even know. Yeah.
Actually, the cook comes into your room
Okay.
and just kind of grabs your hand and smiles.
Oh,
And you had rolled. What was on the d6? What you rolled? I'm trying to remember what it was.
4.
A 4. Okay. Well, that's not the best of news because of what you rolled there. She actually, her eye, she starts to tear up, and you take your resolve and your resolve and vigor at full, but you have 2 despair at the moment because of that strange feeling from her that you're like, something bad is going to happen to me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And you cannot have those healed until the end of you guys' next adventure.
Oh my gosh. Jade's really going through it. Like,
Yeah.
if anybody's gonna start killing each other or themselves, it's gonna be Jade.
And we're at like 9:50, and I'm like thinking,
I feel like Jade needs therapy.
I'll just start this one. But Cedric, you've been having supplies brought by these, like your chemistry supplies by these same people, and you kind of started to get a like a pretty good relationship with one of them. What kind of person is this that you're chatting with?
It's one of the guys he killed. It's beforehand. He's like, where's my friend?
Those two guys were the guys who were my chemistry guys.
They were? Okay.
No, I mean if that we can't do that.
That's all up to you. I'm giving a lot of story to you, okay?
Tulok, have you seen my two friends? I'm like,
I knew I recognized them.
Yeah, I like that story. That was there.
Oh boy.
this just got complicated.
Okay, so you haven't seen, like, they were supposed to bring you a the reason you okay, these guys were like those badges were pretty much Secret Service. So they were actually bringing like high-end, like unstable chemicals for you to be using. That Thaddeus had pulled a lot of strings, and you knew, like you actually would make strange, creepy things to send back to Johnny, the little boy. You knew the two daughters of Jethro, who was the man that had the two pistols. He had two daughters. One of them was blind, and you were. And you were.
Wow!
You kind of figured out a way for her to actually kind of appreciate, like you told them like to take a picture frame and put it on its back and put sand in it so she could actually feel the stuff. And she started the chemicals that they were. They weren't always here just for you, but but they were supposed to be bringing you something about 2 weeks ago, and you haven't seen them.
Jethro was my best friend.
Jethro had a blind daughter and then a normal daughter. Sorry, Jethro, should have declared your identity, sir.
They called me Crazy Uncle Seti.
Yep.
They called you what?
Crazy Uncle Seti.
That's funny.
And I think that's where we're gonna
walk out.
Crazy uncles.
Yeah, you're gonna.
I'll walk out of my room, kind of like brushing off like cool blood off of my forearms and hands as like Tulok's like walking up or something, and say something like, "I haven't gotten my chemicals in quite some time. This is very uncharacteristic of Zim."
Of who?
And he goes into
just
and he just describes them to a T. And right there, I think we'll end our session.
Perfect.
Well, good. I'm glad everyone had fun, and Cedric, Crazy Uncle Seti.
Crazy Uncle Seti.
That's so funny.
I will adopt them as my own someday.
Well, you might have to now.
Jeez. Yeah, because
It's
that's
what
what we need. We need it. God.
We already got Duncan we can summon. Then we're gonna have these two secret agents. Secret
I mean, if I don't have anything that belongs to them, I won't know they're dead.
Nope.
Yep.
Well, I might summon them on accident because they are dead outside of town.
That could turn out to be very interesting.
That could be spicy.
Ooh. Man, and Jade's over here like.
I do the same thing.
I'm sorry.
Gotta be honest, it feels good to succeed at a combat encounter and not be traumatized or take a terrible wound.
Must be nice. Just rub it in, why don't you?
Hey, listen, the roles are reversed for once.
How dare you kill my friend that we just made my friend right now?
Yeah, sorry, I've ruined a lifelong relationship you've been building in this whole game. I am sincerely sorry.
Fairy didn't know because we just did it. But still,
That's so.
how dare you?
I don't think I
Okay.
would have ever known him anyway.
You wouldn't have known him.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for those watching later,